Good evening. I shall resign the presidency at noon tomorrow.
This is a historic day, the only time a president has ever resigned from office.
Nixon knew about the Watergate cover-up.
The man who has committed the greatest felony in American history will never stand trial.
I've had an idea for an interview. Richard Nixon.
You're a talk show host.
I spent yesterday watching you interview the Bee Gees.
Weren't they terrific?
Why would I want to talk to David Frost?
I got $500,000.
Really?
There's a reason they call him Tricky Dick. Stand by to roll tape.
You have a good night last night? You doing it at Watergate?
Democracy depends on it.
Why, yes, I did.
I'd like to give Richard Nixon the trial he never had.
We're not gonna let that happen. We're gonna make him choke on power and glory.
Why didn't you burn the tapes?
I said I didn't want any questions about Watergate.
I will ruin you if it takes the rest of my life.
What have I done?
They think this interview Nixon exonerates himself for. That would be the worst crime of all.
3, 2, cue David.
You're saying when the president engages in something illegal,
I'm saying when the president does it, it makes it legal.
Excuse me?
Frost Nixon, Nixon Frost.
Yo, okay, I won't even lie to you, right? You know, U.S. history was not my subject back in high school. And
Nixon was a president.
Yeah, he was a president. I knew that much, but I didn't know he really got away with doing so much. He had, like, paid people off. Like, how do you...
But after watching this, though, if you think about it, how many men do you know could have that much power and not be corrupt, though?
It's true.
Because, I mean,
power.
George W., come on.
Okay, yeah, good comparison. But I think in this movie, I think they did a great job of making you actually look at a different side of Nixon.
I like
as opposed
Nixon.
To, I am not a crook.
I like Nixon. I gotta say it, after watching this movie, Nixon, he had a...
You pitied him at the end of it, though. It's like kind of
No.
Oh, yeah, but you know, politically, the pressure on me to let him go, that became overwhelming, so I did it. I cut off one arm, then I cut off the other, and I'm not a good butcher. And I have always maintained what they were doing, what we were all doing, was not criminal. Look, when you're in office, you gotta do a lot of things sometimes that are not always, in the strictest sense of the law, legal. But you do them because they're in the greater interests of the nation.
He was a warrior, and you never feel sorry for a warrior that gives it all you got. He went into those interviews saying, I'm gonna fight to get my reputation back. He just happened to lose.
All the boxing references, dope.
Yeah, I love the boxing references, and it was
like,
tight.
you know, don't let him get too close.
Like they even
don't
went
go
back
in.
to the corner and
They
talked.
were telling him that. He was like, don't let him get too close to you. Don't let him in. Don't let him in inside. And just, you know, jab. Blah. Oh, don't sleep. I got some hands.
Boxers don't do this.
I never thought about how much went into setting up for an interview. I thought it was just...
Me and Chanel spar all the time.
You know, I'll be fighting. No, it made you look at it differently because all the research they had to do as far as questioning. And what killed me was he was just so off. Like, he was such a witty human being. You know, you just think of presidents as this diplomatic thing. And did you do any fornicating?
Yo, that was crazy. That was a great way to knock him off balance.
And he figured he looked at Frost as this, you know, real easy opponent. You know, he's like, yeah, I'm going on TRL, you know.
But there's a monologue in this scene that he just literally lays out the whole idea for what Nixon went into these interviews to do. And it was dope. To me, that's when he got me on his side.
We're gonna show those bums. We're gonna make them choke on our continued success, our continued headlines, our continued awards and power and glory. We are gonna make those mothers choke. Am I right?
You are. Except only one of us can win.
But it made it human. It made him very human and made it sick. Because before you look at a president like, oh my gosh, you know, he's lofty individual.
Yeah, but
and then you looked at him and was like, yo, he really was just a human. He's like any old smart aleck around the way, you know. And I think that he's just, yo, I'm sorry, yo.
She's excited. You like
at the end of the day, it was you never ever see a president because you never ever see a president depicted that way to me. It's just okay.
Behind Tiny Lister, Zeus in The Fifth Element, who played the president of the galaxy. Nixon is now my favorite movie president.
Oh.
Nixon is now
You
my
gonna
favorite
rotate
movie
the top
president.
5. I just love the little, you know, the old people
Do it again. So, out of the $12, what would you give this movie?
I would give this movie a $10.
$10?
I think it was a good movie.
Damn, you a liberal.
I'm sorry. Yes, I love the movie.
You live in a blue state?
Nah, I live in Brooklyn. Is it blue? Yeah.
Look at this blue, very blue.
Oh, I didn't know. What would you give it?
This was a good movie. I would give it $9. I would give it $9.
Oh, shoot, he's trailing right behind me. What?
I would give it $9. I mean, it's not a movie I think everybody's gonna watch because of what the subject matter is. But if you enjoy good, like you said, debates, good sparring,
good movie.
It was almost like a boxing match. It was verbal boxing, and it was
Thinking
dope.
movie, man. Thinking. So in the peanut gallery, just necessary. What you think?
I give it $9.
$9.
Good movie. Yeah, it's good.
All right, see, this is a strong movie. Movie Life seems to like this movie. I think you should like it too.
We're intellectuals here. You know what I'm saying? We have like
No, we
sophomore
read.
humor.
We read here at Movie Life.
We do? College.
Yeah.
We did?
I did.
Well.
You might have been there sometimes. He might have just been at the parties. I don't know.
I went to the mess hall.
You went to the mess hall.
Is
Mess
that
hall?
prison?
Who calls it mess hall?
Ugh, that was prison.
Womp, womp, womp.